Did you know there's a place on Earth where women propose to men, and boys must jump over piles of blazing hot coals to prove they've come of age? It's a magical country where reality and myth intertwine, where every custom hides a story that could turn your understanding of culture and identity upside down. A place so small it's often forgotten, yet it harbors an incredible world where time seems to stand still. And that's just the beginning. Want to discover more shocking and unbelievably captivating truths? Join Phoenix on a journey to explore Togo, a hidden gem of West Africa, in today's travel documentary. And when the journey ends, ask yourself, are you brave enough to actually set foot in this place? 1. Togo, the mysterious dot, where time stands still and magic exists. Togo, a name you might have never heard, quietly nestles in the heart of West Africa, sandwiched between Ghana and Benin. Imagine a country so small you could walk from one border to the other in just a day. With an area only 1/20th the size of the US state of Hawaii, Togo is truly a tiny dot on the world map. But don't let its size fool you. Within this tiny nation lies a universe of wonders, a strange island in the midst of the African continent, where reality, spirituality, and tradition blend in unimaginable ways. Here, witch doctors are as respected as medical doctors, people converse with ancestral spirits, and markets openly sell snake carcasses, monkey heads, or antelope skulls for spiritual rituals. Think African women are typically oppressed? Togo will make you think again. Women here have the right to propose, choose their own husbands, and are considered the soul of the family and community. A complete reversal of common norms. Togo doesn't have skyscrapers or flashy international airports, but it possesses something the world is gradually losing: authenticity. An unadulterated culture, a sacred land where the essence of ancestors is still alive. If you're looking for a place that makes you wonder what century you're living in, Togo is your gateway through time. 2. Women propose, men wait, Togo's silent love revolution. Around the world, we're used to men taking the lead in love, proposing, pursuing, making decisions. But come to Togo, and you'll witness a spectacular reversal. In some regions, particularly within certain ethnic communities, women are the ones in charge when it comes to choosing a life partner. Picture this: a girl sees a boy she likes, she will actively approach him, perhaps with subtle gestures or direct words, expressing her feelings and suggesting they start a relationship. If the boy agrees, they can proceed to marriage. If he refuses? There's no shame or pressure at all. This female-led culture doesn't stop at love. Togolese women often manage family finances, run small businesses, and make important decisions, while men take on quieter roles. Surprisingly, many Togolese men don't feel inferior. On the contrary, they respect and believe that women have better intuition in choosing a life partner. While in many countries, women are still fighting for the right to love freely, Togo is a rare society where that freedom has been ingrained in tradition for centuries, naturally and proudly, without the need for loud slogans or campaigns. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. 3. Walking through fire to become a man, the terrifying yet proud Ivula ritual. Would you dare to walk barefoot over burning hot coals to prove your adulthood? For young men of the Kabai ethnic group in northern Togo, this is not just a test of courage but a sacred ritual, marking a crucial turning point in their lives, the Ivula festival. Every year, adolescents reaching adulthood undergo rigorous physical and mental training. The festival culminates in traditional wrestling matches, where young men display their strength, endurance, and bravery before the entire community. But the most impressive and somewhat hair-raising part is the fire-walking ritual. Young men, with bare feet, must courageously walk across a path covered in red-hot charcoal. This isn't a reckless stunt. For the Kabai people, this act carries deep symbolic meaning, overcoming challenges, cleansing away the old, demonstrating the determination to become a true man, and most importantly, to remember and honor their ancestors. While Western festivals often focus on entertainment, Togolese festivals like Ivula are steeped in mysticism, spirituality, and sometimes, thrills. It's this sense of difference that makes Togo unique, a land where ancient rituals are still a vibrant part of modern life. 4. Lomé, the curious capital, where past and present dance together. Togo's capital, Lomé, may not be as modern or glamorous as New York, Tokyo, or Paris, but it possesses a strange allure that makes it unforgettable once you've visited. This is a place where past and present don't just coexist, they blend and live vibrantly together in a slow, mysterious rhythm. Stroll through the city center, traditional drums still echo amidst centuries-old French colonial churches. Women balance baskets on their heads, walking barefoot on the streets, right next to shops selling imported second-hand mobile phones from Europe. One street corner sells dried fish and colorful fabrics, while on another, a voodoo priest openly performs blessing ceremonies to the deep respect of the people. It's hard to believe that indigenous beliefs can exist so reverently in the heart of a modern city. Lomé's Grand Marché, Central Market, is a vibrant labyrinth where you can find everything from spices, fruits, and fabrics to amulets, animal skulls, and mysterious items used in ancient rituals. The pungent smell of chili, the smoke of incense, and the calls of vendors blend to create a distinctly African symphony. Then, as you head towards the sea, another Lomé emerges. The beach, stained fiery red by the sunset, children playing football, fishermen pulling in their nets, and the sea breeze whispering through the low houses, as if telling tales 1,000 years old. Lomé doesn't try to be modern, it simply is itself, raw, original, and deeply Togolese. 5. Voodoo, where the spirit world walks among the living and chilling markets. In Togo, voodoo isn't about spooky stories to scare children. It's a revered indigenous religion in West Africa, an integral part of the spiritual life of many communities. For them, voodoo festivals are sacred opportunities to communicate with ancestral spirits and guardian deities. Imagine rituals beginning with pounding drums, mesmerizing dances, and ancient chants echoing. One of the most impressive is the Voodoo Festival held annually in January. People wear traditional attire, smear white powder on their faces, don wooden masks, and offer sacrifices. They believe that at this time, the gods descend, possessing chosen individuals to deliver messages, blessings, or warnings. And if you're brave enough, visit the voodoo markets, especially in Lomé. This is where you'll see things you might have only seen in horror movies: dried snake carcasses, monkey heads, antelope skulls, all sorts of charms, and items used for rituals. Witch doctors, considered healers and spiritual advisors, are often present, ready to offer advice or perform small ceremonies. To outsiders, this sight can be shocking, but to locals, it's an essential part of their faith and culture, where the boundary between the visible and invisible worlds becomes incredibly thin. 6. Names of Destiny, the sacred art of naming in Togo. In Togo, naming a child isn't just about choosing a pretty or fashionable name. It's a sacred act, a prophecy that shapes the child's character, path, and destiny. Many ethnic groups name children based on the time, place, or events occurring at the child's birth. For example, a child born during a storm might be named One Who Overcomes Storms. A child born in the market might carry the name Community Bridge. In northern Togo, similar to the Akan tradition in Ghana, names are often given according to the day of the week. A boy born on Monday might signify pioneer, while a girl born on Saturday could mean protector. These names are not only poetic but also reflect expected character traits and social roles. In Voodoo families, this process is even more profound. A spiritual leader might perform a ritual to receive the child's name through communion with the ancestral world. Sometimes, the name of a deceased relative returns and is given to a new life. In Togo, a name is not just an identity, it's a story, a spiritual message, a life compass whispered from the moment of birth. 7. School for wives, unique tradition or outdated concept? In many rural areas of Togo, marriage isn't just a personal decision but a journey of careful preparation. And one of the most unique, and perhaps controversial, traditions is that women must learn to be a wife before marrying. This isn't a typical course, but a sacred traditional ritual. When girls reach marriageable age, they live with older women, usually grandmothers, mothers, or respected women in the village known as village teachers, for several days to weeks. During this time, they are taught everything, from cooking, managing household chores, childcare, how to care for a husband, to even intimate matters of marital relations. These lessons are not just practical knowledge but are considered sacred wisdom passed down from generation to generation. Throughout this training period, the girls are forbidden to go out, limit contact with men, or participate in activities unrelated to preparing for marriage. The role of the wife is considered sacred, essential, and comes with heavy responsibilities. After completing the training, the community organizes a special ceremony to congratulate them and officially recognize them as ready for marriage. It might sound outdated by modern societal standards, but in Togolese culture, this is not seen as forced or oppressive. On the contrary, many young women voluntarily and proudly participate. For them, this is not just preparation for marriage but a rite of passage, a symbol of maturity, strength, and personal honor. What do you think about Togo's School for Wives tradition? If you think it's a cultural heritage worth preserving, comment with the number 1. If you think it's a tradition no longer suitable for modern society, comment with the number 2. Phoenix would love to hear your opinions. 8. Togo's white gold, the unexpected phosphate-based economy. While many countries rely on tourism or oil, Togo's economy largely depends on a completely unexpected resource, phosphate rock. This gray mineral, essential for fertilizer production, is the economic backbone of Togo. Though not widely known globally, it's a core resource indispensable to global agriculture. Togo is one of Africa's leading phosphate producers. Phosphate exports account for about 40% of total export revenue and provide employment for tens of thousands of people. Especially in the southern region, near Kpogemi, mining operations are always bustling with trucks transporting minerals to the port. From farms in South America to rice paddies in Asia, fertilizer made from Togo's white gold is used in countless agricultural regions worldwide. However, this dependence also carries risks. When international phosphate prices fall, Togo's economy can be severely affected. The government is striving to diversify its industries by developing its port, promoting agriculture, and expanding trade, but phosphate remains central to national revenue. Outwardly, Togo may seem like a poor country with lacking infrastructure, but beneath that exterior, they are silently holding one of the world's most valuable mineral resources, a hidden treasure helping to feed the planet. 9. The breathtaking pristine beauty of a forgotten nation. Togo is so small that many people can't even find it on a map. But once you set foot here, the question will undoubtedly arise, how can a place this beautiful be forgotten by the world? From the endless rolling green hills in the north to the wild, windswept coasts in the south, Togo possesses a raw, mysterious, and captivating beauty like an uncut gem. One unmissable destination is Katamaku, the land of the Batamariba people and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, you'll marvel at unique clay houses that look like miniature fortresses, called Tatasamba. These structures are not just homes but also fortresses, a cultural and artistic symbol passed down through generations. Another scenic spot is Lake Togo, a calm mirror reflecting the sky, surrounded by ancient fishing villages. Visitors can take wooden boat trips to enjoy the peaceful scenery, listen to locals tell mythical stories, or even witness voodoo ceremonies taking place on the lakeshore. The capital, Lomé, offers a different rhythm, with its golden beaches, the vibrant Grand Marché, and streets still bearing traces of the French colonial era. For nature lovers, Fazaomalfakassa National Park awaits. Here, you might spot monkeys, antelopes, and if you're lucky, even elephants. The experience of encountering wildlife in well-preserved forests is a unique gift. Togo doesn't impress with giant monuments or artificial attractions. Instead, it conquers hearts with its authenticity, tranquility, and a quiet charm. A hidden world that true travelers will never want to leave. 10. Togolese cuisine, strange, challenging, but unbelievably delicious. If you think African cuisine is all grilled meat and fried plantains, Togo will astound you. The blend of rich local flavors and the subtlety of French colonial cuisine has created a special symphony of tastes, where wildness and elegance coexist. One of Togo's most iconic dishes is fufu. This is a pliable dough made from boiled and pounded cassava or green plantains, usually eaten with a spicy fish or meat soup. Forget knives and forks. Authentic fufu must be eaten by hand. The sensation of pinching off a warm piece of fufu with your fingers and dipping it into the rich sauce is an indispensable part of the dish's appeal. Another must-try dish is acume. This is a thick corn porridge, served with grilled goat meat, dried fish, or richly seasoned vegetables. The ingredients may seem simple, but local spices and unique preparation methods give the dish a deep flavor that can be addictive from the first bite. Togolese cuisine doesn't try to impress with its appearance. Instead, every bite contains the soul of a culture where nature, people, and spirituality intertwine. Within it are stories passed down through generations, and discovering them is the reward for visitors. 11. Cost of living in Togo, so low it's unbelievable. Do you dream of a simple, peaceful life at an extremely affordable cost? Togo could be your dream destination. Although a country still facing economic challenges, Togo prides itself on having one of the lowest costs of living in the world. Daily life here is truly wallet-friendly. How cheap? You can eat 3 meals a day for only about $2 to $3. A hot plate of fufu with spicy meat sauce, or grilled fish with rice and vegetables, accompanied by a fresh fruit juice, all costs less than a cup of coffee in New York, served right at roadside eateries. What about rent? A clean room in a quiet neighborhood costs only about $100 to $150 per month. With a budget of $250 to $300, you can even rent a fully furnished apartment in the center of the capital, Lomé. Transportation costs are also incredibly low. Motorcycle taxis, Zamijan, and shared taxis are the main modes of transport, with each trip costing only about 50 cents. Locals are very friendly, haggling is common, and sometimes you might even get a free ride if you have a pleasant conversation. Even more surprisingly, internet and mobile services, which are quite expensive elsewhere in Africa, are quite affordable in Togo. A stable 4G data plan costs only about $5 to $7 per month, enough for you to browse social media, watch YouTube, and make video calls comfortably. Of course, cheap doesn't mean everything is convenient. Togo still faces issues like power shortages and limited healthcare infrastructure. But for those pursuing a minimalist lifestyle, valuing authenticity, and desiring a slow but profound life, Togo offers rich experiences without breaking the bank. In short, if you want to live simply but joyfully, spend less money but broaden your horizons, Togo is the place that shows you the true meaning of less is more. Togo, a tiny nation that holds a world of strangeness, raw beauty, and unbelievable surprises. If you, like us, are captivated by unique and hidden worlds like this, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Phoenix will continue its journey to explore the most mysterious, forgotten, and unforgettable places around the globe. See you on the next trip.